Hello and welcome to Grinch 420.
The Grinch, you're a bad banana.
Mr. Grinch.
We're doing a podcast today in the basement of the Clubhouse de Cafe. We're going to get into a little bit today. What is Clubhouse de Cafe? And firstly, I'd like to introduce myself. You people probably don't know me, but my name's Adam Sway. I've been DJ around the traps for a long time, worked with Festival Records, BMG and Sony. I'm a musician, guitarist in the Australian music scene, and we're doing a series of podcasts where we're going to feature some Australian artists on this program, and we're going to get into now what is Grinch, well, we know what Grinch 420 is, but it's a channel, okay? But we're going to get into the Clubhouse de Cafe and the Carter youth, and this is, we cater to the Nepalese community and the greater community worldwide because there are issues that people want to talk about, and they're very important issues, especially if you're a youth out there today. And basically, we've got some special guests today from Clubhouse de Cafe. We have Paco.
Namaste. Hello.
Nissan.
Hello.
Hello. Namaste.
Namaste, Adam.
Nice to see you.
Namaste. Namaste.
You're looking good, Adam.
Thank you very much. Guys, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, Adam.
And
thanks for having us.
thanks for inviting me along as well. You know, I feel like the short time that I've known you guys, I feel like we are brothers, but from different mothers. But you know, we're all brothers around the world, aren't we, boys?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said better.
La Familia.
We're going to get into also in this podcast today. We're going to get into about who this gentleman is behind the boys on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that in a little while, shall we?
Bring some chills.
Firstly, let's talk about what is Clubhouse de Cafe and what are your roles in Clubhouse de Cafe, and what are your roles and, what is your aim? We know you're very passionate about what you guys do, and let's introduce it to the public now. What is Clubhouse de Cafe?
Thank you, Adam.
You're
Firstly,
welcome.
for having us. Hello, everyone, for watching this show. Thank you for supporting us for last few months. And yeah, I think I would like Nishan to start with this question. What is Clubhouse, Nishan?
Well, thank you, Adam,
You're
for
welcome.
having us. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, people, for supporting us last few months. Obviously, it wouldn't have been possible without most of you. Thank you, friends and family. You've been there. You've helped a lot. If you ask me what Clubhouse is for me, it's a playground with a lot of toys in it.
Cool.
It's this dream that somehow turned into a reality.
Yes.
A space where you can basically just do what you feel like, and what I feel like is just too much going on. Lots of passion out there.
I must say, it is a really great space.
Thank you, Adam. Thank
Yeah.
you. I mean, we worked on creating something that isn't out there. I think that's what we're trying. We're still trying every day, 18 hours a day.
I'll tell the viewers that Clubhouse de Cafe has just opened.
Yep,
It's at Rockdale Plaza.
sure is.
Okay, it's a beautiful looking cafe. It spans over 2 levels. And I would say that it's a cafe for thinkers.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to perform on your stage
Oh,
upstairs.
it was our pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I
Absolutely.
really enjoyed it. It was great.
So I was saying, it's a space for thinkers, like you said. It's a
Yeah.
space for a lot of things. I mean, when you say cafe, you feel like coffee.
No.
But it is definitely more than that.
Oh.
It is a space where you can just come as an individual, no matter what background you're from, what kind of interest you have, or what kind of passion you pursue. I mean, there's something for you there.
Everyone's welcome.
And then you just be you, do you, be happy, and just vibe along,
Yeah. Well, the first time I came in there, when I went upstairs, I thought I was in a library.
Oh.
With the lounges and the bookshelves and everything. It's quite unique. Where did you get the idea for this?
To be absolutely honest with you, I mean, we never had anything planned like that.
It's just evolved.
It's just one thing after whatever you saw in there, whatever it is in there. It's just basically shitload of work that just evolved from one point to another. We just had like, shall we do this? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's crash it.
There's a lot of very influential thinkers on your walls.
Oh yeah, we try.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
That's mostly Paco, by the way.
That's mostly Paco's.
He has this sense of revolution within him, I think.
Yeah.
He wants to hold the flame and pass the stick, So I'll let him speak more about it.
Yeah, but there's also there's a lot of greatness on those
Oh,
walls.
of course. We started that with the initiative, Dine in the Presence of Greatness,
Yeah, right.
Remind you that world is not what you see. It's more controversial, and then there is more to these figures that we have in the world.
Yes.
Some of them are hardcore revolutionists.
Absolutely.
And some of them are not even portrayed in a very good way that they deserve. I mean, they've done a lot of sacrifices, a lot of work for world to be the way it is right now, but world doesn't seem to portray it that way, and it's just not fair to those people,
Yes.
So
Pretty sure I saw Mother Teresa on the wall.
Yeah. I think she was a great person, wasn't she? I mean, she gave it away to the poor and needy.
Yeah.
I don't know much about her, so I'll let Paco speak on that,
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, just to let people know also, we're coming to you from the basement of the clubhouse, and there's quite a few influential rap music guys on the wall. For the because this is sort of the Carter Youth Clubhouse down here, where I think even the other night you guys launched guys' new single, didn't you? We won't mention who it was at the moment because I'm not sure their name, but I did see a flicker of there was a couple of hundred people down here.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty good.
Yep, absolutely, Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me again, Adam.
No,
and going back to all the paintings and all the great people that are on our wall,
Yes.
especially in Clubhouse. Clubhouse was designed to actually, I remember the memory of the revolutionists around the world. And here in a basement of Ekata, our small organization, we have rappers on our wall that have actually sacrificed a lot of things one way or another way. And there's few different things we're very involved with. As you mentioned, a clubhouse, and a clubhouse is a very, very, very unique cafe, and I'm sure most of you guys have been there before. And if you haven't, I would really actually ask you, invite you to come and have a look. Nishan is the main guy, and if you ever feel like talking, or if you ever feel like you need someone who listens to you, we're always there. We provide you more than a great meal. We provide you, I think much more. I don't know how to explain. I think you can only feel it. All right. And then we are very active with Ekata movement. So we try to empower the youth. We teach them about unity. I'm sure the people out here, they know what unity means. I mean, but I just think most of the boys have heard about that word and have never had the chance to practice. So we give them a chance to practice unity.
Good.
And so we are all about helping each other. Clubhouse, we are all about uniting each other, and here in Ekata, it's all about challenging, growth.
Great.
And all these things.
Yeah, well, it's actually, I had lunch there today at the cafe.
What did you have?
Oh, I had a hamburger. And actually, it was the first time I've ever had a burger with coleslaw or a cabbage on it. But you know what? It was quite unique. It was really nice. It was really good. Compliments to the chef, of course. But Boys, I'd like to ask you a question. You've got some famous rappers on the wall down here, Tupac, etc. I can see quite a few there, but there's a gentleman behind you who's not a rapper, definitely not a rap artist. Can somebody shed some light on this gentleman for the viewers who don't recognise him?
I think most of the Nepalese would definitely recognize him. I
Yes.
think he's our father, father of our nation, the beloved king, Birendra. And yeah, would like to tell more about our king,
think-
ex-king Birendra.
He is definitely not a rapper of music, but
No.
he was definitely rapping and crunching a couple of politicians up and down, you know. People
Yeah.
were scared of him, influenced of him. I mean, all the good words that comes for a leader or an example of leader. I was very young when he was assassinated. But yes, like he said, he's the father of the nation.
Right.
Descended of somebody who united the whole nation into one.
Okay.
So the story goes, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this in a open air. He was murdered or assassinated along with his whole family.
Wow.
Now the controversial part is the world has made a TV series based on it.
And this is the king of Nepal.
Yes, and he was assassinated inside his royal palace.
Unbelievable.
And hold on, the crazy part is coming up. So the story, the legal stories, or the story people know all across the world, Westerner stories.
Yes.
The prince went nuts, killed the whole family, and shot himself. But the crazy part about that is he was shot at the back. Now, how does one shoot the family and shoots himself at the
In
back?
the back.
Now, that's not even the crazy part. He had a daughter who was out of the state on the same day, flying back on a helicopter. Now, her whole helicopter drops down in the deepest lake of Nepal, not to be found on the same very day.
Really?
Yeah. So I smell RAW and CIA smelling all the way around here, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, you tell me.
Well, I'm not really that well versed on the history of Nepal, but that's quite an unbelievable story.
Yeah.
That the royal family will be just taken out like that.
And even the worst part of it all is the reason we're here today. You know, me, him, and everybody else. The political turmoil, the political instability, everything that's going on. You name it. You know.
Yeah.
And you know what the crazy part is, Adam. Like I'm glad we sparked into this. Nepal is definitely not the first nation that happened to it, and it's definitely not the last. You know, this shit happens all around the world. You know, and to be absolutely honest, I don't think I'm crazy to say this, but the world has become this place where everything works on the capital. You know, and as much as we like to accept it or deny it, it controls and dictates most of the planet, you know, and it doesn't bring any good most of the time, you know.
No, that's
Genocide, you know, we know what's happening around the world right now. I mean, don't tell me it's batshit crazy. I mean, it didn't come from bat, definitely, you know, but we're facing it, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, I didn't know you could eat bats. I thought they were made out of wood. But anyway. But it's quite an interesting tale that you've expressed on this gentleman behind you. So,
And you have to understand that regardless what we do, any kind of project will always have his picture. I think there's a big picture of him in Clubhouse.
yeah.
And obviously there's a big graffiti of him at our location here. And in the future, if we do happen to do some more project or any businesses, we'll always have his picture, you know. And it just breaks my heart that we don't even know what happened to his family. You know, it's a big conspiracy theory out there, you know. And I think we deserve to know the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the government right now needs to find out what actually happened. You know, it's a shame that the whole family gets killed like that, and we just have stories going on in YouTube and things like that. That's, you know, not relatable.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you know, I really hope that one day we do find out what happened to the family, and yeah, it just, you know, it's a very, very sad thing. I think if you guys want to know the date, I'm not sure, but I think it was the 1st of June 2001.
Right.
might be wrong, but I think that's what happened.
2001. So
Yeah.
around 9/11 time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So while everybody was focusing on 9/11, this goes on and doesn't even make world news.
Yeah.
Virtually. I mean,
No, but that's what happened every time. If
Yeah.
there's something political coming around, Kim Kardashian goes on losing her $1 million worth of jewelry in France and shit like that.
I'm sorry, Kim who?
Kim Kardashian.
I never heard of her.
Oh, you gotta listen to no more news. Like,
Kim Kardashian.
I don't know how to.
Isn't it that chick with a really big butt?
yeah, that's what it is.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, okay. She's all right.
But hey, you're doing fine not knowing her.
Yeah, well, I think.
There's nothing to know about
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, well, I really don't watch television, so, I'm not into soaps.
So basically, you haven't been
or reality
brainwashed.
too. Nah,
That's good.
nah.
I mean, if you guys want to get advice of me, I think try to stay away from television as much as you can. I mean, you sit in front of television, you get programmed. You don't know what's out there. It's so easy to get
Well-
brainwashed that you can't even imagine that you have been brainwashed.
Well, television is a mind-altering device,
Indeed.
and people sit there and get brainwashed all day. Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, and next week, Joni gets, marries a wife for the first time. He hasn't even met her. And he marries her on national television, and the week after they're divorced, and somebody else had a baby with her, and I think that's sort of how those stories go, and they end. And really, we really don't need that sort of stuff. Yeah. Hello, there's a few fans bipping at us. Hello, how are you today? Good, thank you.
You are a well-known man around here, as I can see.
Yeah, but interesting that earlier we spoke about Ikara Youth, and this space. You guys have really sort of devoted this space to the Ikara youth, but not only Nepalese youth. I think any youth are welcome here.
That's correct.
It's a really good it's a really good performance space. It's something that just breaks the mold, it's such a relaxed place, and you can play a bit of snooker up the back. You can play a bit of ping pong if you want. Come here like the other night. It looked like a cinema. Like a theatre. You had all the chairs set up, and it was launching the guy's CD. It was really good, really good. And there's definitely a lack of spaces in Sydney, probably in the whole of Australia. I don't know, but. There's a lack of creative space like this for the youth, and I really admire that you're bringing the people together. You're uniting people, and you're giving them, something to look forward to, and showing them that you can dream, and you can grow from that, and you can turn your dream into a reality, just like you've done with your cafe.
Absolutely. The main purpose of creating Ekata was, basically we have a lot of talented youth in Australia.
Yes,
a lot of I mean like real talents out there. All they need is a bit of push, and sometimes we unfortunately not many people are blessed with a good friend. All right, and I think Ekata was created or designed to, for you to find a good friend, a good brother.
I think so,
where you come and tell us about your passion and your hobbies and your dream, and we'll definitely try to help you as much as we can. So, if you guys haven't heard about Ekata so far, I would really like you to come and visit us. You can always come to the cafe in Rockdale, the clubhouse, the cafe. Nishan is mostly there. You can always ask him all sort of questions, and he's always happy to answer. And I really want people in Sydney, especially the Nepalese youth, to know about Ekata.
Great.
It's hard to explain what we do because we do so many things.
Yes, yes. You can't just cover it in 5 minute answer.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
But
fair enough.
look, just come, just contact us, just try to ask as many questions as possible. Do write us, and we are more than happy to actually have you in our group, and
So do you think that most of the Nepalese youth and that in Australia today, what percentage of them would be permanent residents, and what percentage would be skilled workers, and what percentage do you think would be students?
I think I'd like to say that 100% of Nepalese people are
Skilled worker.
skilled worker. Yeah.
Actually, I'm quite surprised. Actually, now that I've delved into your world, that they are very skilled.
Now look, I don't know if you guys ever noticed the signage at the back of a truck saying if the truck stops, Australia stops.
Yeah.
And I think Nepalese youth has actually proven very well that if Nepalese youth stops,
Yes.
the economy gets really affected. So I'm not trying to say good things about us,
No.
but I think we have proven that we are good people out here.
I think you're great people.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. It's just unfortunately, we most of us are student. When you talk about youth, of course,
Yes.
because most of them are student, and they just can't apply for the permanent residence so far. But the goal for most people is actually to stay in this country.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, the politically issues back home are pretty upside down.
Look, well, no matter the reason that they're here, whether they're students or professionals or whatever, they are contributors to the economy.
Definitely.
Of Australia,
Big
right?
time, yeah.
Let's just put it this way: you go to any restaurant or cafe to eat a meal,
Yes.
and I can write it down somewhere.
Yes.
There's definitely a
A Nepalese
hand
working in there
involved in it,
somewhere. Somewhere in the back
Exactly.
line or even the
Exactly.
front line, there's a Nepalese there.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes.
I know for a fact, since I'm from hospitality industry, that
Yes.
right now at this very moment, I think every venue that's open out there is because of Nepalese people.
Yes.
And that's not me trying to be arrogant or rude about it. It's just the way it is,
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of them are heading regional.
Yes,
As well.
and that's why everybody's looking for staff.
Yes. It's left the
Even
hospitality
ScoMo wanted
game.
a whole plane flying down from Nepal
Yeah.
last week, but had
Yes.
to cancel, unfortunately.
Yes.
And again, I keep in mind that Nepalese youths are actually known to be very peaceful and lovable youth. Like when you look into background of people and crime, I think we are one of the community that has the least percentage of
rates.
crime rates.
Yeah, I'd say
We're
so.
very humble by nature.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think that you guys have, like you guys Nepalese, have ever created any big problems here in Australia. I doubt it.
I mean, anywhere around the world, I think
yeah,
we
very
just,
peaceful
like to
people.
come here, go to the other countries because now we want to. It's just the economic back home pushes us to go to, a different country just to sustain. I think most of us are victim of Nepal.
Very spiritual people.
Oh yeah,
You're-
indeed.
Majority are Hindu
Yeah.
in the country.
Yeah.
But very spiritual people, very respectful of each other. And
Let me be on record and say something. Right?
yes, please.
And a lot of people will disagree on this one, but I think Hinduism itself is all about spirituality, minus all the other facts about demigods and gods and goddesses has everything to do with your self-reflection. And in spirituality, I believe self-reflection is very important.
Yes.
I mean, we can cover this on another podcast,
sure,
but since
sure.
we stumbled upon it, I think
Well, there may be a lot of people listening around the world
Yeah.
that have never met a Nepalese person,
right,
never been to Nepal,
right.
wouldn't have a clue what your people, your country is about.
Right.
Haven't travelled there, haven't looked into it. Most Nepalese get mistaken for Indian
Oh,
in Australia.
please don't do that.
No, but in Australia,
No, I don't
some
mean you.
There are people who can't distinguish the facts between who's Nepalese and who's Indian, for some reason, because
Interest-
they've never had, that.
Been there or
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah.
But interesting, we stumbled upon it. We actually have 40 different races in a small country.
Well, I was going to say it's a tribal country,
Yeah.
tribal people. And I must say, every Nepalese that I've ever worked with or met, has totally different features. You know,
There we go.
So what is
Look at us.
You know, I don't think I've ever met two Nepalese that look the same.
No, 100%.
You know,
Good looking people though.
oh, they're very good looking people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, the ladies are nice too. The ladies are very nice people in the community. They're always very pretty girls, and
In and out.
they make very good wives, don't they?
Yeah. I mean,
They do.
What's your Instagram, Adam? Let's look him up.
You know, I don't actually have Instagram at the moment.
Oh, you gotta get one. Mate.
Well, you know, I'm sort of not into taking so many selfies, bro. You know.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, we might look into opening one day, you know. But there's
Joyriders.
been a few joyriders around on a Sunday evening. But anyway, we're going to be doing a series of these with different artists around for Grinch 420, and you know, it's been really interesting. So let's get back to the Clubhouse de Cafe.
Sure.
You had a dream, you've turned it into reality. It's a beautiful space. People can perform there. You have DJs, you have live music. You cater to everybody, really. You have solo musicians. You have, you know, duos coming in. It's really a great space, and there's a lot of knowledge upstairs, for sure. Do you see, like, I personally think that you'll be closing that cafe soon and opening in another premises, because you're going to outgrow that one very quickly.
Oh,
You know?
touch wood.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. But no, but I mean, I really mean that from my heart, because
Thank you.
Yeah, the concept is brilliant. I've showed some photos of the place to a few people, and they've just gone, "Oh man, you know, I've got to meet these guys, because that's my space."
100%.
I've got guys that just want to get up and start playing there. You know, they want to come in and start performing there because of who's on your walls and the atmosphere that you're projecting from there. But you know, I really thank you, you know, for putting in the effort, investing your money, and not only the cafe, but for Ricardo, you know, the youth movement. What's the slogan? Together,
we're better.
we're better.
we are better together.
We are better together. That's better. Yeah.
Do you know the slogan of a clubhouse by any chance?
No, could you tell me?
So the slogan goes,
Yes.
come in as a stranger, leave as a family.
Oh, beautiful.
You know,
Now, I like that.
you know.
Very nice. I'll give you a clap for that.
I think
came up with
it was meant for a great entrance. Like when you said slogan, I was like, join the room. And then,
Join the room.
And when you started saying all that, we actually have a big ass chalk art behind our frieze that says that.
Okay.
You should come. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've noticed it, but if you
Yeah.
haven't, I'll show you around
I
next
think
time.
I did see that. Yeah. Come in as a stranger and leave as a friend, you know,
Yeah.
and join the room. So
Adapt.
you've gone from virtual
To reality.
to reality.
That's correct. And that was the goal. you
Keeping
know?
it real.
That's correct. Keeping it real. You know.
Yeah.
And we have been very blessed with all this Nepalese family and friends that has supported us over past few months.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing pretty okay. You know, and look, it can always be better. Don't get me wrong. We can always do better. But so far, so good. You know, and again, to most of the viewers, if you guys are watching this show, I would really really welcome you and invite you to our cafe.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have heard about it. You know, he's a great CEO. He looks after that place. I try to help him as much as I can. I play a small role in that cafe as well, but you know, it's just because we have few other things that we're doing at this very moment. We are into Ekata movement, and we also have a small supermarket in Alava. So I look after the other things, and he looks after the clubhouse. you know. So please, do come to Clubhouse.
Sorry, where's the supermarket? Alawa Supermarket?
That's correct.
Railway Parade, Alawa?
480 Railway Parade.
480 Railway Parade, Alawa. Everyone's welcome. You serve coffee there too?
Yeah, we do serve coffee
And a little bit of food and stuff.
Sandwich,
It's a good
cakes.
little... I've actually had a coffee there.
A few times, haven't we?
Quite a few times. I had a few shot blacks. Was it a shot black or a short black? It was something. It was short and it was black.
Yeah. Let's call it espresso.
It was quite nice. We'll call it a ristretto.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we? But next time I want an affogato.
Or maybe macchiato.
A macchiato.
Yeah.
No, well,
That's very Australian, man. Macchiato.
Yeah, a macchiato. Yeah. Macchiato.
There we go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You got to throw in the
Exactly. It's like
Macchiato.
margarita.
margarita.
You know.
Yeah, well, you know the story behind the margarita pizza, don't you?
I actually don't.
Oh, okay. Well, Italy had a queen, and her name was Margherita. And so the royal chefs were told to design a dish in honor of her. And they come up with the margarita pizza.
Margarita pizza is just the one with just cheese.
Cheese and tomato sauce.
Well, it's that's right. It's cheese and mozzarella. Well, originally it would have been the real
Fior di latte.
mozzarella with the buffalo, from the buffalo. And yeah, it maybe could have some sliced tomato on top as well, but that's pretty much it. It was,
and basils.
So she must have been a naked queen because the pizza's quite naked, you know. But anyway, it's actually my favourite pizza because if you can't get the beautiful flavour from the tomato sauce, well then you ain't making pizza, baby. But anyway,
So here comes the question.
yes.
Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
As an Italian, I do. Maybe because I've lived in Australia most of my life, but
Right.
I think in Italy you could probably be killed for it. You know,
Yeah.
Really?
It's a big
oh
thing.
well, if you weren't killed, you'd be seriously hurt. You know, if you put
It's a
pineapple
big
on
thing
someone's
back there.
pizza, yeah.
They're very serious.
And that the killing would happen probably after they finished laughing their head off at you. You know, so I don't think it'd be a good idea. But you know what? Pineapple is a lovely tropical fruit. I mean, I can't see why people don't like it.
Same.
It's a great fruit.
I like pineapple in my burgers too, very honestly.
Well,
I mean, you know,
well-
people find it weird, but I actually like my pineapples in my burgers.
Yeah, absolutely. Me
It's
too.
just like your pineapples, mate.
Yeah. That makes your jizz taste nice, I reckon.
True.
So the ladies say, I don't know whether that's true, but you know. Okay, before we wind it up today, I'd like to, is there anything else that you boys that maybe I forgot to ask you that maybe you want to say to the audience before we go today?
First of all, thank you, Adam.
Thank you for coming in and being my guest. You know, I really enjoyed it.
Absolute pleasure.
And thanks to Grinch 20 also for having me
Why not?
host a show. And thank you to, also we should thank Vishna Studios
Yeah.
for the fantastic quality work that he's put into producing this
Exactly.
podcast. There's quite a bit of technology gone into doing this today, and thank you, Vishnu. You're a very good man. Take a photo of yourself so that the audience knows what you look like, at least.
Very good looking
Point
man.
a camera around to yourself. He looks like he looks like one of those, you know, the 420 god.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Siva.
Siva.
Yeah.
Siva. God Silva.
Said to
God Sil-
myself,
Yeah.
Siva.
Looks just like him. So take a photo, I don't know, take a picture of yourself and let the audience know what you look like.
The only difference is his snake is somewhere else.
Is there somebody that we're forgetting? Is there anyone that we're forgetting, boys?
Big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to everybody that's been part of our crew, Ekta Clubhouse. Big shout out to everyone that's been into Clubhouse
Yeah.
and are planning to come around, you know, in coming days. I would like to thank everyone who's been there for us as a customer, as a friend, as a family, helping us out, supporting us out, it wouldn't have been possible without them.
Yeah.
I can't thank them enough. And I would love to see all your smiling, happy faces again. Do pop in, say hi,
Yeah.
come join the room.
Yeah.
I
I want to join the room again too. It's cool.
Yeah, same thing. I want to thank everyone for being part of us. Of course, a shout out to all the boys, Ekata boys, that has always been there for us.
Yep.
Especially this year, things were pretty hard. Pandemic and all this was pretty tough. I hope everyone is doing okay. I really hope. So yeah, as Nishan mentioned that earlier, if you guys do feel lonely, feel free to come and talk to us. We are a clubhouse for more than just to sell burgers and coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
Come along and have a chat with the boys.
Yeah.
I went halfway through a psych school, so you can talk to me.
Yeah. Cool. Excuse
And
me.
I shout out to MPC. I don't know if you guys know what MPC means. It's a multi-purpose clothing,
Uh-huh.
and we do sell that. All the MPCs.
Actually, I meant to ask you about MPs. Well, you just reminded me, this traditional garment that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Could you stand up and show the people what it looks like? I think it's fantastic. I love it. And it's got a hood.
Thank you.
It's got a hood, so even the young guys can wear a hoodie.
That's
You
correct.
know? And yeah, it's really beautiful. And that's made out of hemp.
That's correct.
Yeah.
If you want to purchase one of those, I think we sell it in Alawa supermarket here in Alawa.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
You have them there?
That's correct.
It's
There's-
also a picnic blanket, by the way.
It doubles up as a picnic blanket.
That's correct.
Really?
It does. If you
Or a
fancy, I
blanket.
think.
Well, mate, if you take that to Italy, it'll double up as a donkey's blanket. As well,
So yeah, shout out to MPC. Shout out to Adam. You have been a great host.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you to
Thanks
all
for the opportunity.
all the boys behind the cameras. Today we have Saroj, we have Ayush, we have no other than Mr. What's his name? Asik and Prajit. I'm just joking.
A couple of fine gentlemen there.
Thank you everyone that has actually supported us
Yeah.
throughout our journey, and a big shout out to our viewers. Do write us if there's anything we need to improve. And yeah, God bless you all.
Just before we go, do you think that the youth of today has become complacent? Like, do you think that, I mean, we're going to touch on this subject in the next podcast, but complacency amongst the youth is a dangerous thing, because a lot of people think, it doesn't affect me. I'm going to sit on my hands. I'm going to, I don't need to be the woke guy that, wakes up and changes the world because I can't do anything on my own. But, people together, when they unite, can move mountains.
Absolutely. Like Fidel Castro said, he started his revolution with 17 men. And he also mentioned that if he only had 7 out of that 17, he would have still started his revolution. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I do think it's not the quantity, it's the quality of the men.
Sure. Sure.
And yeah, I'm very blessed to have very good friends.
Because, like, subjects that we're going to touch on in the future regarding the youth will be on the lines of the fact that, we've had, through generations, we've had knowledge that's been passed down from fathers to sons and it's gone down the line. And that seems to now be stopping because people have got that much information at their fingertips that they think they can just Google something and have the knowledge. But, knowledge comes with experience, and the only real people in this world that have knowledge are mature people that are over 50 because they've lived the experience. And, there seems to be this gap that's being created that that knowledge is going to be lost. It's not going to be passed down to the next generation, and we're going to end up with a bunch of dummies that can only eat in front of a computer screen and think it's not going to affect me. I'm not. I can't change anything, but and if you show that I'm going to be the one that's going to lead you in that direction, they think there's something wrong with you, that you're a nutter, right? And this seems to be, this seems to be what's the chatter that's happening around social media, Another subject we're going to touch on in the future is spirituality and religion, because, in the last decade or two, they seem to have been taking, in the Christian world, they've been taking Jesus out of the picture. They started
replace Jesus Christ with Santa Claus. Is that what you think is going on?
Oh no, Santa's always been in the picture, but he has Santa has taken Jesus's place, haven't they?
That's how I feel too.
That's how I feel about it. But so they're little things that we want to touch on in the future. We'll have some different guests come on the program, and we'll ask their views on these things, and see if we get some insight, get some older people in. Maybe we'll get some younger people in. See what they can what they can converse on together. Like what sort of knowledge does the young people really want to gain that knowledge from the older people, or do they just want to get their information from from Google, and whether it's false or true, they're going to believe it. And there's also, there's something about spending time with older people, elderly people, and they really are a wealth of knowledge, and we really should try and look after our parents, our elderly people. There's a lot of people out in the community that are living alone, quite elderly people. I think we met one yesterday. Her name was Anastasia. We might even get her on the show one day. Anastasia is a 75-year-old lady. She's Greek. She's a beautiful person, but I think we could learn something from her.
Absolutely.
And not only her, but other people around that age bracket, and see how it goes. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
You have been a great host.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Absolute pleasure.
All the best success,
Thank you.
with Clubhouse de Cafe. And just remember one thing. Success isn't about money.
I like that one.
You love that one?
Thank you, Adam. You have been a great host.
Hey, I thought you would. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for your help today. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. And press subscribe, whatever you do. Press subscribe and like, and keep following. And if you're a youth, follow Itaka, because
Yeah, Ekata.
Ekata, not Ikara, Ekata.
Thank you once again.
I've been told,
and,
I've been corrected.
Namaste, everybody.
Yes, namaste, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Grinch.